Hello everyone. I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me over the music playing in the background, but welcome to Hicksville Village Schools. We are outdoors. We're getting ready for the annual Veterans Day program held every year on November 11th here at the schools. Of course, usually it's indoors and they have a free meal for the veterans and a nice program that's put together by the students and the teachers. But in this year of COVID-19, that's not exactly going to be possible. So they've moved the celebration outdoors because they did not want to not recognize our area veterans. And as you can see, we are out in front of the school by the flagpoles. It's kind of an overcast and windy day, but we are braving the elements. We're socially distanced with our seating, as you can see. And we're getting ready to get underway here shortly with our program. We're going to have probably about an hour. They're anticipating wrapping up a little before 2 o'clock. And again, there'll be some performances. The band, they'll be here. I think the choir is going to be doing some things. They're going to have some singing and some speeches, all to recognize and say thank you to our area veterans. So we're glad to have you with us on our Facebook Live page on the live stream. It's the first of 2 veterans programs that we'll be live streaming today here on HIX-TV. Later on at 4 o'clock, Brian Williams and Chris Warner are going to be out at the Veterans Memorial, the War Memorial out at the park for the American Legion Centennial celebration. But we're here at the school and we're getting ready to start shortly. And as soon as the program does begin, I'll stop talking and we'll just follow along with the events of the day. And here's Mr. Keith Countryman.
Thank you so much for coming today. A very special day to honor all of you veterans that served to keep us all free here in America. And we appreciate your service and we appreciate you being here today. At this time, we're going to, actually I just had you sit down, I'm going to have you stand back up. Sorry about that, but that'll help keep you warm, right? I'm so thankful that it didn't rain. When we said and we're planning this to have it outside, I'm like, Lord, please don't let it rain or snow. I can handle the snow, but the rain would have been a challenge, and a little bit of cold's not going to hurt any of us for a little bit. So if you'd stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, our kindergartners and first graders will lead us. Pledge allegiance. Thanks, guys. Thank you, kindergartners and first graders. We appreciate you very much. You can go back in for now where it's nice and warm. Every day, have a seat. Now you can have a seat. Every day here at the school, we do the pledge still, every day at 8 o'clock when we start our day. So we're thankful that we can still do that here in America. Nobody's taken that away from us yet, right? That's right. Okay, at this time, we're going to have the high school band play a number for us. It's entitled Lincoln Legacy. And if I could have the choir come and step this way, out of the way for just a little bit, so that we can see the band. And then Miss Emily Rodish will direct the band in this number. Thank you. around here. Special thanks to Zane Zedike for coming out and putting all these poles up for me with these flags. Really great guy. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Zane, for that. And also to Scott Kramer for bringing the big flag as you drove in. So a great way for us to honor all of you today. So with that said, we wanted to do a little presentation on the history of the flags. And so at this time, Ian Greitman will do a reading, and then the kids will display the flags that he speaks about.
The carrying of banners has been a custom among all people in all ages. Banners used to contain some concept of life, of government, or of the people. Today, you will see the progression of the government of the American people. In 1775, the pine tree flag was adopted for all colonial vessels, and this was the banner carried in the Battle of Bunker Hill. From 1776 to 1777, the southern colonies used the snake flag. This flag, called the Continental Colors and the Grand Union, was never carried in the field, but it was the first American flag to receive a salute of honor. The first official salute to the Stars and Stripes was given on February 14, 1778. This flag was made by the young women of Hicksville, New Hampshire, from stripes of their best colored silk dresses and the white threaded gown of a recent bride. The star from each of the 20 states in the Union, and a new star should be added for each state thereafter admitted. Since 1818, there has been no change in the flag design, except that 28 new stars were added before July 4, 1912. And this flag of 48 stars flew over this nation for 47 years until just before the Vietnam War. On July 4, 1959, a star was added for Alaska, our first non-connected state, and a year after Hawaii. Our island state added a 50th star. Our present flag, which has 50 stars and 13 stripes, is accompanied by the POW MIA flag to represent those who are prisoners of war or still remain missing in action. Thank you for your attention, as well as we have learned about the history of our flags. Thank you, veterans, for serving our country and protecting us and our freedoms.
veteran and why should we thank them? Veterans live by the words honor, courage, respect, and perseverance. They are men and women of utmost bravery and dedication. They work every day of the year, sacrificing their own time with their family and friends, not because they have been forced, but because they want to. Every single day, military personnel are fighting for each and every one of our lives, for every single one of our rights. If it weren't for them, we as people would not have many of the freedoms that we do today. Without them, we could be under constant attack from outside countries, living in fear. But it's because of these soldiers' selfless acts that we are able to sit here today. Without their sacrifice, the world would be drastically different. The saying, "Not all heroes wears capes," is true when speaking about veterans. To us, they are heroes, but to them, they are just everyday people. The dedications these veterans have in protecting our country is something that should always be respected and praised. Veterans inspire me greatly. They inspire me to live a life standing up for what I believe. They inspire me to be selfless and to help others when needed. They inspire me to be a better person. I am proud to be part of a country that someone would respect enough to willingly sacrifice their own life to protect. I am proud to be a part of a country that is protected by these amazing selfless soldiers. I am proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for all that you do, veterans, and thank you for your service.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Liddell, and my essay topic was "What does the flag mean to me?" The Star-Spangled Banner, as dubbed by Francis Scott Key in a poem that would later become our national anthem, is a symbol of our country and our freedom. We are extremely lucky to be a part of this nation, in which people have given their life to keep our freedom. This country affords everyone the opportunity to be whoever they want to be. Not everyone in the world can do this, and our soldiers, our veterans, have volunteered to protect our rights. Our flag represents them, their sacrifice and their courage to stand up for others, to protect those that can't protect themselves. Whenever I see the American flag, I think of our history. We started as 13 colonies. Those colonies turned into 13 states. Our flag started as a ring of stars against a canvas of stripes. Today we can see those 13 stripes in our flag. They represent our beginning, our origin, our story. As our stars grew in numbers, as did our people. Immigrants came from all over the globe to seek refuge in our country. They wanted a new start, a better life. To them, our flag meant freedom, a fresh start, an improved way of living. Immigrants flooded into our few states and called themselves Americans. This country is built by immigrants, those that love this country even though they aren't born in it. To them, the red, white, and blue flag means freedom. The colors seen on our flag are seen on flags everywhere around the world. The crimson red represents the blood that has been spilled for this country and the valor of our soldiers. The royal blue is for justice, for vigilance, and persistence. It represents how the American people never give up. Lastly, white. The classic white symbolizes purity. Humans are not pure. That doesn't mean we don't strive to be. The blank stripes of our white flag show us what kind of country we should always try to be. A country that
to say that Americans, we as a group, are not free is a great injustice to our history and our future. Almost every law you can think of has been put into place to protect the natural rights of someone else. The Founding Fathers authored the Bill of Rights to prevent the personal freedoms of each American from being infringed upon by others or even the government. The natural rights of every person, no matter their country, is born with are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If someone does not have the ability to pursue their natural rights, they are not free. In the United States, extensive measures have been put into place by our forefathers to ensure that everyone has full control over their natural rights. Every founding document penned by the veterans that created this country were based on the idea that all people deserve access to their natural, inalienable rights. These rights to the freedoms that we are granted to every citizen of the United States of America by our founding fathers are not free. These freedoms come at a price that most are not willing to pay. The price of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is the sacrifice of time and potentially even someone's life. Every veteran risked their lives in the name of preserving the freedom of man. I view freedom as something that has to be fought for. Fighting for freedom is always worth it. To be able to make decisions with minimal restraint or backlash, whether those decisions are right or wrong for ourselves, is something that all of us Americans experience. Our great country was founded on the principles of freedom, and it continues to build upon those principles today.
At this time, our high school band and our 7th through 12th grade choir will perform a tune called The Pride of America. created TAPS to honor his men while in camp in Harrison's Landing, Virginia, following the 7 days battle campaign. We'll be ending with TAPS here shortly, but before that, I wanted to thank you all so much for coming today. We're so thankful to all of you today, to all the veterans today across our great country. We know many gave the ultimate sacrifice so we can have the freedoms that we have today. The unity of veterans expressed for our fellow comrades goes back centuries. That devotion to each other certainly signifies the importance of the phrase from the Pledge of Allegiance where it says, "One nation under God." With our recent election, that phrase is needed in our country now more than ever. We must come together as one group of people and support all the people in our nation. All citizens of America, we owe that to all the veterans who have come together as one group of people in one nation under one God. God bless each of you, every veteran today, and God bless America. Before I forget, I need to announce that there will be another memorial service held at the park at the War Memorial, and that is at 4 o'clock today. So we're going to close our program today with the playing of TAPS. Once it's completed, we'll get all of you folks back to your cars, and then we've got a little send-off that we're going to have as you exit the property today. So we'll lead you, the police escort there will lead you from the parking lot so that all of our kids that are out there waiting for you can wave goodbye to you. Thank you so much for coming today, and I want to end with a quote from Oliver Wilcox Norton on TAPS. So if you'd all please stand. There's something singularly beautiful and appropriate in the music of this wonderful call. Its strains are melancholy, yet full of rest and peace. Its echoes linger in the heart long after its tones have ceased to vibrate in the air. TAPS.